Welcome to Unfrazzle, a podcast for solo business owners with a big vision who are ready for a kinder, more sustainable approach to productivity. I'm Louise Miller, and each week I share bite-sized insights to help you step away from the hustle, stop faffing and stay focused so you can make your brilliant ideas happen and make a bigger impact in the world. So grab yourself a cuppa and let's get started. When we run a business doing what we love, it can be very easy to just keep working, to spend all day and all evening on our laptops because we're having such a good time writing new content, chatting with people online, tinkering with tech if that's your thing. I can get stuck there for ages and it feels like fun to me, or playing with new designs in Canva. And yes, guilty as charged with that one too. But just because it's fun, that doesn't mean that it's a good idea to keep going ad infinitum. And I completely get it, right? We all want more of the things that light us up and bring us joy. And hopefully that's your work, right? That's why you're running the business that you're running. So of course that's what we want. It's probably why we went into business in the first place, so we could make our living doing something that we love on our own terms. And if something is fun, you might be wondering, why shouldn't you just keep going? So look at it this way. Think about your favorite ice cream. If that was the only thing you were ever allowed to eat, eventually you'd start feeling pretty terrible and you wouldn't be able to face it anymore. And hey presto, you've just destroyed any possibility of enjoying that Cherry Garcia deliciousness ever again. And the same goes for your business, right? Burnout does not discriminate between overwork that feels fun and overwork that doesn't. Exhaustion doesn't pass you by just because you seem to be enjoying spending so much time at your computer. So if you see the start of autumn as an alternative new year, you might be feeling really fired up right now, feeling that spark of excitement and inspiration, throwing yourself back into your business with gusto. You've maybe just spent the last few weeks really throwing yourself back in after the summer break. And that is great. We all really love that feeling of motivation and that excitement to share our brilliance with the world. But it is a long time until the festive break. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, the days are getting shorter, venturing outdoors suddenly feels far less appealing. It's actually blowing a gale as I record this, so we do need to be careful. In the wise words of Mad-Eye Moody, we need to have constant vigilance, because if we allow ourselves to overdo it, even when things feel fun, we risk falling out of love with what we're doing. Our bodies will start to gently and then less gently point out that we need to slow down. Our brains will become exhausted, and that will then impair our creativity and our problem-solving skills. And then suddenly the things that did feel fun don't feel quite so much fun anymore. So what's the alternative? What do we do instead? Well, how about setting some boundaries so that no matter how much fun you're having in your work, at a certain point in the day, you put it aside and shift your attention to something else, something that feels nourishing and good to you. I find that it helps to have something I can switch to that I love just as much as my work. So there's often a jigsaw out on the dining table or a pottery project that I can pick up for half an hour here and there. It could be that you arrange to meet up with friends, take some quiet time with a book, have a nap, take a long bath, do some exercise, watch a movie, or just potter around the house a bit. Whatever feels good to you and will give your brain and your body the chance to refresh and recharge. When you step away from your work, even work that feels like fun, you also then get to enjoy that fizz of anticipation of getting back to your desk and getting stuck back in again. I mean, isn't that a great feeling when you can't wait to get back to your desk? And wouldn't it be great to feel that more often instead of feeling fatigued and a bit over it, right? To be excited to pick things up where you left off. So is any of that resonating for you? Do you have experience of burning out even when doing something you love? Or can you see that if you're not careful, you might be heading in that direction right now? If so, what can you do to make sure that you don't overdo it in the weeks and months ahead? So as always, I hope that this helps, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for listening to Unfrazzle. Sharing is caring, so if you loved this episode, please share it on your socials or head over to Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts and leave me a review. Not only will I be hugely grateful, your ratings and reviews will help others to find this podcast so that even more people can make their ideas happen. Thanks so much, and see you next time.